What's going on, fellow humans and resellers? It is I, James, ReductionAgency.com, urban-picker.com. And we are getting ready to hit 24 years selling full-time on eBay. And I think this is the year, finally, that something positive really happens for sellers. Even though shipping just went up again today. Thankfully, for the majority of my items in this store, it actually went down a little bit. But it'll catch up next time. That's the way it always works. So I was doing $463 for media mail, but most of the stuff was going ground because it was cheaper. But now a lot of the ground is higher, but media went down to $447, I believe it was. So that's what, 16 cents per item I'll be saving on media items. But probably at the end of the year, they will bump up the media mail, probably back up to $463. So I'm sure it's going to be short-lived. I'm surprised it went backwards at all, honestly. So I'll save a little bit of money here. And then also with so it's been about a little over 30 days since using List Easier. Haven't used it every day because, it's still being worked on behind the scenes and stuff. Haven't been able to, put full hours into it. So hopefully I can start doing that more within this next 30 days. But yesterday I did one batch alone of 182 items, I believe it was. I was having this problem with bottlenecking with where the items go. I was putting them in a temp box. Then on Saturdays, I would take the temp boxes and put them in their final spot. And that got old really quick. So I was just playing with a bunch of different thoughts on how to get rid of it. And Dave, one of the creators of the List Perfect, this is what I like about outside perspectives. If you're in the midst of something so much, just somebody outside just saying something simple could create the difference. And my bottleneck was, I've got one drawer that might need 10 items, another drawer that might be 12 items. Okay, do I go down, grab the drawer, come up? Do I put them in temp boxes, take them all down, and then I've got to change the SKU? He's like, why don't you just go down and write down how much room's in each box? Oh, yeah, I never thought of that. So it's just something simple, just right there in front of you that you can't even see. It'll be a little bit more complicated with bigger stuff, but at least for media, that will work. So that's what I did yesterday and made 182 piece in about an hour and a half. So I wanted to look at all my numbers and see how the landscape on my store has changed since I started using List Easier. And as of right now, I've got 83,111 items in my store. And that means the store growth is 3,221 items. So that's how many more items I have in my store today as opposed to 30 days ago. That is over 3 times what I was listing before List Easier. So, yeah, and that ain't even really trying because, with the stuff still being built properly, or not properly, but just being built, stuff added on, things like that, I wasn't always able to focus on it. So, or if I did, I had to do them in small increments, which for me is kind of like a bad thing because I get distracted too easily. Dogs, whatever. Oh, this is uploading. I'm uploading 6 items. I'm going to go, and then I spend the next 15 minutes vacuuming, and then come back and do 6 more. Oh, I got to go to the bathroom. Come back, do 6 more. Oh, take the dogs. So doing little batches is a downfall for me. So being able to just stand at the computer for an hour or whatever and just do something, everything else is just blocked out. So building. So we'll get that going more and more, and get hopefully we'll at least I'm gonna actually circle this number so I got a number to beat for the next 30 days. But I wanted to see across the board all the percentages and such like that, and how the store is performing in July, which typically in the past was always one of my slowest months of the year. But let me make sure I'm small enough so you can see the page. So as of right now, we're 8.8 up. Looked like we had a pretty decent day yesterday. Today's starting out pretty crappy, but hopefully we'll have a bounce back. I know I went 12 hours with no offers on either store, and then I went another 9 hours without any offers. So apparently, I'm guessing the offers are still quite a mess, because there's no reason with 83,000 items you get like a couple of offers in a freaking 22-hour window or whatever it was. It was pretty crazy. So I'm guessing there's still some issues there. Yeah, so let's go to, we'll go to sales. So for the last 31 days, we're up 8.8%. Net sales up 8.4%. Quantity sold up 6.9%. Even the average sale price is up 1.8%. So that's a little bonus positive there. One-time buyers up 15%. My repeat buyers are down 3.4%. So that's the first down, right? Repeat buyers. But with only 28, so we'll see if we can. I pulled a lot this weekend, so that's a good sign. Let's see. On my top 5, the video games are up. DVDs and Blu-rays are up. Vinyl records is the only thing that's down, 21%. Cassettes up, and CDs up, which CDs should be up. They're up 42%. And that's what's been the majority of going up in the past 30 days, is CDs with some DVD or some cassettes here and there, and some DVDs here and there. DVDs are up 43%. But I took pictures on probably a few hundred DVDs the other day. So those will probably go up this week. So I'm going to start getting those other media things listed, unless we get some new categories put into it. I know they're built on the back end, and they were prepping List Easier to I don't know what technical words you call it, but basically to put the back end that they've been working on and integrate it into the website. So if it gets integrated this week and I get something like clothes and hats and categories like that, then I'll do some videos on that to show you guys things other than media, because that's all you're really seeing from me right now is media and the photos and CDs, cassettes, photos, and what have you. So just been kind of just waiting for a different category, so I can give you guys something different, because that's probably going to persuade a big chunk of you guys to say, hey, it does do clothes, let me jump on board. Again, listeasier.com is the link below. Get signed up now to be one of the first to be able to use the live beta. So everybody who's signed up now is going to be one of the first, as opposed to after it releases. So there might be a waiting list afterwards, because you got to make sure that the site don't crash and it can handle all the traffic and things like that. So that'll be another thing that will be done. So get signed up now. Let me. I wanted to check some. When I've been watching more reseller content lately, There I go. And a lot of people like sell-through rate. It seems like it's a hot topic. And for me, I never worried about sell-through rate, but I got a question. So I think it's under traffic. Conversion rate. Is it conversion rate? No, it's click-through rate or sell conversion rate? No, it's conversion rate, I believe. Anyway, conversion rate, I believe, is it. It's the one I'm talking about. Total items non-promoted and promoted during selected time period. So, what number are you looking at when you look at the sales conversion rate? Because if you just click on your overall traffic, it's 2.4%. When I saw that, I'm like, yeah, but isn't that controlled? Because that just said it's promoted and organic, right? Non-promoted and so that's a controlled number because eBay controls the promoted. So when you promote, that suppresses your organic. So is this really a true number? That's my question. Because if they're pushing promoted and suppressing the organic on the items you're promoting, then this is not a real number. This is a controlled number. Because then if you go to the dashboard, you hit promoted listings, and my conversion rate's 4.69, almost 5%. So almost double. So what would be my conversion rate if, and before promoted? I don't know, because I don't even know if they tracked it. I just never paid attention back then. And I really don't pay attention now. But what would be my conversion if I didn't promote? Would just my organics would be suppressed because I'm not promoting and other people are. So is that, unless I'm missing something, that sell-through, that conversion rate doesn't matter. All that's going to matter is what you're paying for, just because that's the way eBay works now, is a pay-to-play scheme. So this should be the only conversion rate that matters, unless you're not promoting. But then again, if you're not promoting, your sales conversion rate is being controlled because you have people promoting over you. So that pushes your items down further. And who knows, if you're not promoting, then you can take it from there. I'm just saying, I don't think that number matters even more than, to me, than it did before. But if you look at all these numbers for the last 31 days, they're all up too, because I promote everything in the store, and I promoted 13%, but I've got 15 more days to figure out what I'm going to do at the end of this month with the rising ground advantage. The fact that I seem to have more promoted selling nowadays as opposed to organic. So my costs on eBay have jumped from 49 to 50% to 52%. So they've been steady at 52% now. And again, I think that comes back to the control of the promoted. I haven't changed nothing with my promoted. I haven't changed the number. So why am I enduring more costs? The shipping didn't go up. It's going up now on the ground. So what changed within the eBay algorithm system, again, unless I'm forgetting something, to take me from 49 to 50 up to 52? And the only way to really well, I had a thought and then I lost it. Let me go here, sales. So item sales are up 7.9. Shipping and handling's up 11. So the shipping and handling's up more than item sales. But that could be because... I don't know. I'm just thinking out loud now. Here we go. eBay fees, 52.8%. Shipping labels, 47% of it. So the eBay fees, and this is actually reading 53 now. See, that's just way too much. Why did that jump up so drastically? That's what I was going for. Traffic. And look at the promoted / organic sold. It used to always sit about 70-30. 70 promoted, 30% organic. So here we're at like 85-15, 84-16, honestly, yesterday. With 65, 75, so 77 items sold yesterday, but at 85, 84-16, sorry. Before that, we're 83-16 or 17, 83-17. Before that, we were the 70-30, 90-10. See, this is what the problem is the organic is being suppressed so greatly. Only 6 organics sold that day. With this store has 60, I think I clicked off of it already, 63,000 items, but yet you only sell 16, 8 organic there, 13 organic, 6 organic, 8 organic, 5 organic. This is why that number has risen. So instead of 70-30, I'm getting closer to 85-15, and in some 90-10. 5, 6, 7, 5, 6, 6, 5, 6, 11, 11, 3. That was that day everything was off. 3 organic with 63,000 items. And that was an 85-15 split. 8, 5, 7, 4. So I sold 52 items that day and only 4 organic for a 92/8 split. 92% of my listings sold were promoted. Why? Because eBay changes the rules, and that number will eventually be 95 plus. 70-30, that's what it should be. That's what it was, promoting it the way I promote. And now the way I promote is jumped up, just say 85-15, seems to be a common little number there. Here again, 50 items sold that day, 4 organic. 10 organic, 7, 9, 13, 8, and 6. So prior, I would hit 17 to 25 organics sold. Where now, it looks like I'm lucky if I break double digits of organics sold. 57 items sold this day, 5 organic. That's why that number's increased so much. So then leaves the question, I guess I was going to say that leaves the question, is this just the way it is, or is it because of website issues? We know there's offers issues. We know there's been promoted issues in the past. Is this just the way it is now? And if so, then I need to cut back my promoted percentage, which means I'm going to sell less items because it's a controlled situation. And I think that's the main reason, one of the main reasons I'm happy to be able to list more now, is because I can, if I list more, I might be able to still sell the same, but at a lesser percentage. Which means at the end of the day, more money's going in my pocket. So that's something I had to figure out what to do on. But again, numbers up, impressions up 9.5, listing views up 14.6, quantity sold up 7, click-through rate up 5.3, and conversion rate is the only thing that's down, yet the promoted is up. So that means the organic is what's being suppressed here. And it doesn't really make too much sense with my account because I'm top rated. All my numbers are good. So there's no reason my account would be suppressed. I keep forgetting where you go for that other thing. Seller level. So yeah, top rated, current level top rated, if evaluated today, top rated. Transaction defect rate 0.03. Late shipment, even though I'd ship nothing late, it's because it's not scanned at the time, because sometimes I don't get the scan form printed up because eBay, like last week there was a couple of days where I couldn't print up the scan form on eBay because it wasn't working properly. So that should be 100, but still, that's no big deal. So I don't worry about that. Cases closed without resolution, 0. Tracking uploaded on time, again, that's all done on time. There's 4 missing, and that's because they probably didn't make a scan form. And so they didn't get scanned within the 2 days at the post office. But still 99.87. I don't worry about that. I don't worry about any of these numbers. Return rate 1.11%. So no big numbers, nothing to cause any issues with my account. It's all about the promoted and the promotions and that whole system. And again, is it defective? Is it intentional? Is it a little bit of both? Why you would sell 50 items and 92% of it be promoted. So it's all changing. I mean, if you think about all the changes us resellers have had endured in the last 5 years, right? Twice a year postal increases. The increase of promotions on shipping, on taxes. And now the changing in the rules where, depending on the click rate, who clicks on it, 30 days, that was the one, 30 days. If they come back and buy within 30 days and they still get charged, and now on the other sites across seas, they're doing it, if somebody clicks on it, no matter who buys it in the future, it's going to get charged or promoted, which to me still baffles the mind how that's ethical. I mean, how do you charging percentage on tax? How is that ethical? I don't know, but if we want to play, we got to play by their rules. If they're not breaking no laws, then there's nothing we can do, right? There's nothing nobody could do, I should say. So we got to play by the rules. So we're constantly having to change things up. And now here we are again. Postage goes up. Something's up with the promoted, where it took my promoted from 49 to 50 up to 53. Now what's my next step? They made their step. The Postal Service made their step. eBay's made their step. what's my next step, right? Do I lower the percentage? No. The good thing is, like I said, we're able to list, well, at least I'm able to list more right now. You will be soon. And I feel like that's not just the only ammunition we have, because that ammunition, that gun is so great. It's almost like, to fight back, instead of giving a little pistol, we've been given like a Gatling gun. So we can just really fire back and make a change that's going to be pretty substantial, life-changing, as I've said for the last 30 days. List Easier is life-changing. So what will I do? I'll probably just keep power listing as much as I can, because I have the stuff, and just kind of see where things fall every month. At the end of the month, what is it? I've done this. What has eBay done? All right. Do I need to do something additional, like lower my percentage? Things like that. So the next step is, at least in our court, and we're not just standing here like a deer in headlights going and taking it, right? With the Postal Service, with the promotions, we don't just have to take it. We've got a tool now where we can fight back a little bit. So for our own pocketbooks. So instead of it being money taken from us, we can increase our sales. May not change the percentage, but it will at least change the amount. And if you think about it, your hours may not change, like the hours you put in. If you're running full time, you just got less time in the shipping department, and you can put more time into other things. Like I noticed, prior, shipping is always the first thing to do for me, right? But secondary was always trying to list X amount of items every day, or at least a decent amount, right? And so everything else just fell by the wayside. Organization. I've got boxes and boxes of CDs and cassettes and whatever I need to add to quantity. That always got thrown aside. So all these little things that fell by the wayside for me, I've got time for now. And it's a pretty cool feeling. The fact that I know I can spend 6 hours organizing, come up, and still, I listed 250 items yesterday after 6 hours of organizing. And then the next couple of hours, listed 250 items. And then not only that, I started working on my add to quantities. And so it was a day, and I didn't take nothing from the dogs. We still played, and I still ate lunch, and it was just a lot more relaxing, because I didn't have to fixate on getting a certain amount of items listed. And the stress that has taken from me, again, as corny as it may sound, life-changing. Josh says he's seen it in my videos, how I've changed, and I don't look as stressed and I don't sound as stressed or whatever. And I don't feel as stressed, honestly. I mean, I know there's a lot of people out there who say they don't want to mess with AI, they don't want anything to do with it, but that's on them. But I'm telling you, the ones of you guys who want to, you're going to notice a substantial change in your life that is like nothing. If you've been going full bore and dealing with eBay and their site issues for the last 5 years, and just trying, and to the point it just stresses you, you're going to feel a change too. And I can't be thankful enough to Josh and Dave and Travis, not just for creating it, but letting me be a part of it. And basically, seeing what I can, being the guinea pig or whatever, just finding the problems and stuff. But on the other hand, I get the privilege of getting a head start. I mean, my store grew 3,221 items. And I'm going to end on this note, and I'm going to try not to be smartass or comparing. But let me say this. Josh, Travis, and Dave, you guys may not know them, except for Josh, obviously. So I'm going to tell you straight out, they are great people. So that within itself is another reason. You already got probably the best program that's going to be out there. You're going to have the cheapest program that's out there when it comes to your cost. But throw on the fact that these are great people. They've included somebody they didn't have to into this mix. And I don't think they really want me to say anything of what they did. This camera. But they did something they didn't have to do for me. And I will forever be grateful for that. Because not only has their program changed my life, the group decision that was made on my part is life-changing within itself because of the program too. So they are great people. They're not in it for the money. They're in it for resellers to grow their store and to benefit. With what's out there, they could have easily increased the price per item and still do, and people would still gravitate toward it compared to the next one out there and how much it may cost. But if they don't have to do that because their costs aren't going up on that processing part, they're not going to do it because of greed or anything like that. So I owe them a huge thank you, and I literally was crying the day that they gave me that message. And maybe one day I'll be able to say, but I've never been in a situation where I've been so surprised that I cried happy tears. I did good. They did, because it didn't have to be done. And I would have understood, like I would get it. I mean, I would get it if it was never done. I was expecting it. I was expecting the total opposite. So, again, great people. Click the link below. Sign up. It's going to change your life. It's just going to. Without a doubt, it's going to. And it's not going to cost you an arm and a leg to do it. So, right, I'm done. I got to get back to work. Actually, I haven't really done any. Well, I've been polling and organizing a little bit today too, so I need to get the listing. So, all right. Thanks everybody, and I will see you all in the next video. Later.